Welcome away, some new music today, and feel a bit tired after that one. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for joining wherever you are in the world or Australia. If you didn't realise, the clocks turned back. Well, I didn't realise until very early this morning that we lost an hour in the East Coast today, or certainly Victoria, New South Wales, because it's daylight savings. So if you're a bit confused by the time, that might have been why. If you're new here, type new in the comments so I can get to know you. If you've got a question, type Q in front of your question or write in all caps, and that'll just help me find your questions. If you're new, this is Tea for Two with me, ScissorsPaperPaul, and this is just an opportunity for me to go live every Sunday around 11 a.m. and I go live for 10 minutes, and if someone joins me, we go longer. And I can answer all your questions, we can just have a bit of a chat, and we can make a bit of a craft. And today we're going to be making a Mandala project out of cardstock. So if you've done this, again, tell us in the comments. Maybe you've done it out of vinyl. Any tips or tricks you want to share, by all means, share with everyone else that's watching. Deep breath. If you don't know who I am, my name's Paul, and I share my Cricut knowledge and expertise to help you on all things Cricut, and ultimately we want you to make beautiful things. So let's get started. Let's have a look at some of the comments. Lots of people saying hello, right back to you. Thanks for joining me this morning. Okay, you're right. Workout and craft. Honestly, normally I'm not that puffed. I think because the last couple of days has been really hot here, and today I think it's going to be like 28 or something, and so it's probably about 25 already in Melbourne, and tomorrow's going to be like 13. I have 13, so welcome to Melbourne. This is our weather. So we're not used to it when it gets warm. I have got the aircon on though, so hopefully that'll cool me down in a sec. Oh, we've got a newbie. Hi Karen, welcome, thanks for joining. So every Sunday 11 a.m, make sure you hit the subscribe button and ring the bell as well if you want to be notified. And you can make sure that you can join us next week as well. We've got someone's outside multitasking, brilliant. Yeah, paint those bookshelves and join in the chit chat. Carol's saying, Carol, Nat showed how to follow someone in DS. I tried but couldn't do it. Can you show me again, please? I can't on my current setup, but I'll park that for now, and I'll definitely let you know. My laptop's over here today, so it's just a little bit out of reach. I'll tell you what you can do if you're looking to follow Nat, for example. If you go to Cricut Community, so where you've got the options in Design Space and there's a drop down, you can choose favorites or cards or birthdays or iron on, that type of thing. One of the ones at the top is called Cricut Community, and if you select that, and then if you actually search Nat's Crafty Life, all one word, you'll see one of Natalie's projects. When you click on that into onto Natalie, you'll see there'll be the follow option. So just click through, click on her name, and then you'll see the option to follow. So try that and let me know how you go. Yeah, so we're on Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time now. Glad you like the dancing. I hope some of you stood up. Let me know if you actually got up off your chair or wherever you are. You might be standing already. Had a bit of a boogie with me. All right, I think we are good. Yes, okay, Bernie, you're stealing my thunder, so thank you. Clean mat, clean blade, clean blade, clean mat, everything clean for mandalas. That's my number one tip, which we'll talk about a little bit more as well. All right. Oh, Janine, you're so lovely. Thank you. It's nice to know that people are joining, but when I first did this, I thought, be prepared. It could be on your own. So far, so good. Okie doke. Let's get into it. So I've got a little bit of Cricut news. I might make a little sort of banner. Cricut news. This just in. But just a couple of things that I wanted to share with you. First and foremost, guess what? If you didn't realise, in Cricut for Australians, Natalie posted about this the other day, but we, for the first time ever, now US, Canada and Australia can officially buy the Cricut digital mystery boxes. Now I did want to do a quick video, but I ran out of time. But if it's something you're interested in, once we finish up here today, you can jump on, search back to school Cricut digital mystery box, so back to school, and there's a couple of short videos on YouTube already that'll tell you what's included. But there's 7 image sets, great for like stickers. Some of them even have drawn elements as well, so foil transfer tool maybe, super cute. And there's also this Mandala package, and that's one of the images that I'm using today, but that's included as well, and also two fonts. So there's Pumpkin Spice, and the other one is Varsity Jacket. Now the Varsity fonts I like a lot because they're boyish, so they're really good for boyish or sports types themes. So as the name suggests, they've got that American university varsity college kind of block sort of theme. It's $29.95 US. I don't know, I think it's less than $50, it's around 40 something dollars. If you've got Cricut Access, you get 10% off as well. You can just go to Cricut.com. Actually, there's a link in the description that'll take you straight to where you can buy it. Just so you know, it's not an affiliate link. It's just going to take you directly to Cricut.com, and you can just log in with your username and password and just purchase away. But really, I don't know when it's going to run out, so it might run out soon, I think, because it's been available for a while, and normally they're only available for about 2 weeks. So jump on, but as I say, jump on YouTube, have a look and see what's included. Great thing about the mystery boxes, or the digital mystery boxes as well, I think it's like $150 US in value, but they're yours. So whether you've got access, whether you don't have access, whether you have access today but you don't tomorrow, they're always yours, and they'll always be available in Cricut Design Space. Okie doke. The other thing I wanted to mention was the Cricut foil transfer system, the tool, the kit and the foil. I know it's hard to get. Make sure that you're following me on ScissorsPaperPaul on Facebook. I will be updating there as soon as I become aware of more stock, whether it be Harvey Norman and Big W, which is online only, just remember that, online only for those stores, or Spotlight. Okay, so as soon as I know, I'll share that on that page. And I suggest if you're interested, just jump on and just buy up, because they just flew out of the stores basically. The other thing that I want to mention, the Cricut Joy is only $260 today is the last day. It's a 2-day deal with Spotlight. So if you jump on their website, you may have to be a VIP. So if you're not, it's free to join, but log in and you should see that $260 price. You may not even have to log in. That's like an $89 saving. I mean, that is an absolute bargain. It's more than 20%, about 25% off. So if you were thinking about the Joy, I can't imagine it getting this cheap. So jump on that one. Again, there's a link in the description. Again, just straight to Spotlight's website where you can buy that. All the cardstock that I'm using today is it's mainly AC cardstock from Spotlight. Again, I've got a link again just to cardstock and Spotlight in the description. But I do use sometimes Kaisercraft, which have just an amazing array of colors. When I was sorting my cardstock recently, I realized that I had 27 shades of pink. So, there are a lot of colors out there, right? And the other thing that I wanted to mention as well was upcoming projects. So Bostik Australia actually sent me this new super glue that they've just released. I believe it's available. Actually, I think I've got a link. Yeah, I've got a link there for Officeworks. It's brand new. It was only released, I think, last week. They say that it can bond 99.9% of materials. So plastic, wood, paper, porcelain, leather, rubber, metal, glass, mirrors, fabric, concrete, brick, and stone. So if you watched my unboxing video from Laser Blanks last week on Facebook, on ScissorsPaperPaul, I bought these really cool acrylic rainbows that I'm going to put onto some plywood. I've got some ideas for projects with leather and things like that. And normally I would have used E6000, but I'm going to give this a whirl. Comes in really teeny tiny packs, and then slightly larger as well. So look out for that one. The other thing as well is thank you to everyone if you watched my live on Cricut for Australians, where I made my little baby mobile. Super, super cute. But then tried to string it up and I just wasn't happy with it. I did finally click and collect. Things are getting a little bit easier in Melbourne at the moment. I did click and collect some fishing wire. It looks like a blue colour. I'm hoping it's kind of clear. I just got the lightest weight that I could. I'm hoping that's going to be okay. So stand by for that. And I also got these from Kmart as well, which are just these little pink beads. So I'm just going to pop the beads on to weigh down the little characters. I did also have some embroidery hoops to for my mobile, but then I found these when I was stalking again Anko, these rose gold hoops, and I thought actually that might be just perfect for the baby mobile, so I'm just going to have a little play around with those. Lastly, on the news front, before we get into the fun stuff, I made this for my son's birthday with the new DC Comics images. So if you didn't know, they're available in Design Space. They're not included in Access. You can search Joker, for example, and you can purchase them individually. Or when you do search them and go view image sets, you can purchase the whole bundle. I just purchased this guy. I think it cost me $2.99, still cheaper than a card. And basically I made a shaped card out of that. So next Thursday I'll be live again. So again, make sure you subscribe and hit the button. I'll be making, I'm going to make them bigger, but I'm going to show you exactly how in Design Space I create these so that you can make your own with any images, whether it's Design Space images or your own images. Really, really easy technique, but super, super useful. So I'll take you through that. And then I'll also show you my little hot tip for piecing together. This white is made up of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, about 17 pieces for the white to piece it together. And you can imagine if you muck that up, you know, it's going to look pretty cray-cray. And how cute. I love that card, so I've just borrowed it again off my son. Alright, that's the news. I can put that down in the rubbish now, and I'm just going to check your comments before we get crafting. Hello LCWRF70, hope I said that right. Thanks for joining. Someone's asking, where do you get E6000 glue? Here, people in the States use it all the time and it wasn't where you could get it. Pretty sure it's available at Spotlight, I'm pretty sure. I don't remember getting it from anywhere peculiar, but if not, it's Bunnings or something. You can get it here. Just Google it. Oh yeah, so Kerry's saying as well, the Joy app is great too, Paul. Thanks for the info. Free files of cards and fonts for a limited time. So thank you, Kerry. Excellent point that you bring up. And I plan to actually do a quick video on that as well. But the Joy app, which is separate to Cricut Design Space app, it's free to download. You use the same credentials to log in. It is separate though, so it's basically you log into this app to do your simple one color, iron-on labels or iron-on designs, water bottle labels, writable labels for your pantry, or now you've got cards as well, so you can do cards in the app. So you don't save things, you pretty much just go in there. You can sort of save, but it doesn't save into the Design Space. It's a little bit different. But everything on the app is free at the moment. So if you don't have Cricut Access, you can still get a lot of content. So fonts, cards, not everything, but a lot. And it's free at the moment. So download that app if you've got the Cricut Joy. Super, super easy. Let me have a look. I think I'm good. Sorry, I don't know how to say it. Is Zelia? Let me know how to say your name, sorry. You're going to redo your baby mobile. I just saw those for the first time. As I say, I was just on, online shopping, right? I mean, in Melbourne at the moment in lockdown, it's kind of my hobby after cricketing. And I was just on there and I don't even know I think I was going for fishing wire. And then I went, oh, what else have they got on craft? I actually bought a whole bunch of other stuff as well. But I saw those rings and I thought, hey, I'm sure I can use them for something. I even thought of using the big one for the main part of the mobile, and then the smaller one to come up sort of slightly higher, up around sort of here, where the strings could sort of come together and then tie up and attach to, you know, the ceiling or something. Anyway, so I'm really excited that I've got all my bits now. I can finally finish off that project. Kerry made 10 cards on her joy yesterday and it was super easy. Good on you, Kerry. It's so quick, right? It's so quick. Awesome. Okay, well, let's go to the overhead and talk about what we've got today. So the other thing that I've bought as well, which I haven't talked about, these are the Anko 12x12 shadow boxes from Kmart as well. These are honestly the best thing ever. In fact, I'll hold it up this way because you'll probably be able to read it then. They are nice and deep. Okay, so the glass is here, but there's a nice deep base behind it where you can put rolled flowers or any three-dimensional designs. It doesn't have to be three-dimensional, but you can put, you know, something in the frame, and these are just fantastic. They're only $10. So the 12x12, obviously, I think it's about 10x10 on the glass, that area. Actually, let's have a look. Grab my tape measure. Oh, so it's about 11 by 11, a little bit more, or if you want it in centimeters, about 20 centimeters or so of the actual visible area. But these are only $10. If you spend, I think, $50 or more, it came out, it's free delivery. I always tend to pick them up when I was in store, but obviously I ordered a bunch because I'm stuck at home. But these are really, really good. And they're great just to have on hand. So they come in white and black, and I would definitely suggest you know, stocking up whenever you're in Kmart, or just order some and have them stashed away somewhere. So that's going to be for our design. Now, for those of you, you've heard me say it before, my sister is very, very pregnant. I'm making some things for the baby's room. This is actually going to be a series of 3, but the third design is going to be quite different to the mandalas. It's gonna tie in, but I thought I'm not going to do that today or show you today because I'll post that separately and all the instructions on how to do that. But the first thing was a letter M. Now I'm not going to do this one on camera because otherwise we're just really repeating ourselves. But I just wanted to show you the detail. This was just a letter M. I searched in Design Space. I just want to show you the detail that it cuts. It just cuts so beautifully, so finely. And as Bernie mentioned before, the biggest tip that I can give you is use a new blade, a nice clean mat. Mine wasn't really, really new, but it wasn't really, really old either. And I just used the blue, but you could also use the green. And I also used intricate cut for my material type, even though this would normally cut on medium cardstock. So intricate cuts cardstock, that's the setting, and if you've got an Air 2, just turn your dial to custom, and then you will also be able to select intricate cut cardstock. And in fact, if you've got an Air 2, a tip that I would give you is just leave your dial on custom, and that way you'll never, you know, get it wrong. So we've got that layer, which I'm going to glue directly onto this layer because we really don't have much to, you know, put foam dots or anything behind this because it's so fine. So what I'll do is I'll glue these 2 pieces together, okay, and then I'll pop that up from that 3rd layer, and then I'll prop it up on the 4th purple layer, and then I'll prop that up again from the backing. Now, I mentioned that all the cardstock was from AC Cardstock. I did use a little bit of this shimmer cardstock from Divine Blanks. Now this stuff, I have to say, it's beautiful. It's so lightweight, but it's really beautiful and thick. I normally cut this on medium cardstock with extra pressure, but I did it with intricate cardstock, no worries at all, because it cuts twice. But if you're looking for something just a little bit different and just a little bit of shimmer that's not glitter, I recommend looking at Divine Blanks. I don't know if they still have it. I've had this for some time, but I've got it in the pink, a purple, a green, and a cream, a really light minty colour, and a cream colour. So you might want to look out for that. I thought the obvious choice was to put these all on the pink. As you can see here, I've got my lion. This is 7 layers, and this was the one from the Back to School digital mystery box. And I love the lion, and I thought, why not make it for a girl? And I know pink's a bit cliche, but I know that the baby's room is going to be pink and it's just going to go really, really well. And I just love this. And there's a whole range of designs in this particular image set. So I did grab that one so I could show you. But what I thought I would do, I'm going to move this. So again, the obvious choice was to pop it onto pink. But I have decided to be a little bit different. And I'm going to put mine onto this kind of light mint color. And I think that's going to really make it pop. And I also thought that I found this really fabulous quote, and I'm going to put this one on green as well, so that'll all go on green. And then the other design is a set of 3, the third one, which isn't a mandala design, that will also incorporate the green color as well. But I found this fabulous design for, I'll just go back to the main camera, this fabulous design for, the quote rather, and it was, learn to be fearless. Oh, my phone's up here. Learn to be fearless, and then life will be limitless, or something. I love that, empowering. Be the best that you can be. Be everything that you are, and that's enough. And it'll be amazing. And just be awesome. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to move these other green sheets out the way because obviously I've got 3. Excuse my dirty mat. So. Maxine, you're asking, is it easy to find the design on Design Space? So this one here is from, I'll just go back to the overhead. So this one here is from the Digital Mystery Box. You won't find this in Design Space. You will have to purchase the mystery box for that one. Thank you, Karen. I love the colours too. I just think they're really, really sweet. And as I say, I had 27 shades of pink, so it was easy for me to find 7 for the 7 layers. Zelia, again, sorry, I apologise, I'm murdering your name, is going to make this, make the M for me. So the M is easy, okay? If you're looking for the M, super easy, just type in M. Okay, I can't remember the design, but scroll down. If you have trouble, let me know. I'll let you know what it is, but you'll find it. Just scroll down. That's what I did. Typed in M. And Sharon, you own delivery companies. Love online shopping. Oh, you own them as in you own them? Or you own them in your business? I don't know. Gail's saying, thank you, Gail. Gail's letting everyone know that Divine Blank still has a shimmer cardstock. And super quick delivery. All right, so let's get busy. So what I've got for materials, I've got my, you know that I love it, my Scotch tacky glue. Not the easiest to find in Australia, but if you Craft Online have it, and some other sort of more local craft stores will stock it. That's my favourite. You put in the comments your favourite if you've got something which is awesome for everyone that might be a little bit more accessible. And I pop it into these little fine tip applicator bottles. Admittedly, this one really needs a bit of a refresh. It's filthy and a bit manky. But these are great because then you can just get the tiniest little dots of glue out of there and be really precise as well. So I just fill it up. I probably really need to get some new ones. I got this from Amazon, but I think Lincraft has like a pack of 3 for $5 or something. So they're not expensive. I've got my foam squares. All right, so I've got 1/4 inch. I've got 1/2 inch as well. These are all Papercraft from Spotlight, and I just buy them when they're on sale. Okay, so whenever they're on sale, I just grab a couple of packs. Super easy. I use these all the time for cards, of course, so I've got to have those on hand. And I also have foam tape. So I've got again in the 1/4 inch thickness and 1/2 inch, so I can cut little slivers or long pieces, whatever I need, depending on what I'm going to apply my design to. Okay, so let's get crack-a-lacking. I'm going to flip this over so I can go from the largest piece to the smallest. I've got my Cricut cutting mat as well, which is great because I can really see where my 6-inch marks are in between, and that's just going to help me line up my design nice and centered where I want it. And then, yeah, it's just going to be a lot easier to get right. Thank you, Carolyn. I think that might be it. So once you become fearless, life becomes limitless. Amazing. But I'm just going to start sticking my foam squares on here. For me, I need to start thinking about what color vinyl. I love my shimmer cards. I love my shimmer vinyls, but do I go with something that is, like a gold or a silver or a pink even? The pink shimmer is gorgeous because it's a lovely light pink color. So if you've got any ideas, let me know. And I just thought I could sort of halve it. So I'm going to have once you become fearless, and on the other side, maybe on the other design, life becomes limitless. Thank you. So lots of foam squares. I try and keep mine, as you see, quite uniformed. And the reason being that as we start layering up all the other pieces, I'll try and keep the foam squares in the middle and in similar areas. So it's kind of stacking on top rather than me pressing down and potentially in between and making it all a bit yucky. I think it just makes it a lot nicer. I'll just sort of pop all these little squares off. Hello Jessica, if you're just joining, don't worry, after we finish the live, it will be available on replay. So if you're watching the replay, let me know if you're new as well in the comments. Again, if you've got a question, can be anything Cricut related, pop a Q in front of it and that'll just make it easier for me to see it. Alright, so here we go with our first layer. So again, using those 6-inch marks just to line it up. There we go, press that down. Layer number 1, and then we just start repeating the process. As you know, with glue, I tend not to be too heavy-handed with it, although with these, because I'm doing these 7 layers, all of them are going to be propped up, so I won't use my tacky glue today, but I would normally have used I will use the tacky glue on the M design. I'm not going to bother about going to the outer pieces with my foam squares. I'm going to just do the center, but you could go all the way out if you wanted to, but I think that's going to be fine. Oh, take off my little protective squares. And I'm not a vinyl person. Most of you probably know that. Certainly not when it comes to these really intricate designs. I just haven't got the patience for it. I don't know how you guys do it. Now, apologies, you might get my fat head in here. I've got my fat nose in there. Just want to make sure I'm getting this right over the top. Okay, press that down. That's layer number 2. You can see it's starting to take shape. How do I make my mouse pad? Can you see my mouse pad? Here's my mouse pad. Nat's Crafty Life actually sublimated, I think, sublimated. Nat's Crafty Life. If you're not following Nat's Crafty Life on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, you've got to follow us on all those socials. We do different things on different mediums, but Nat made that for me, which is so nice of her. And it's actually Natalie's birthday next week. If you didn't know that already, you probably didn't. So look out for a shout out on the page. I want to say it's Monday, but I should show you what I'm actually doing here. I want to say it's Monday, but I'm not 100% sure. It's in my diary. I don't know if Nat's watching. So get ready to glitter bomb her with happy birthday salutations. Alright, so again, excuse my fat nose and fat head, just getting this in here. But I think the green really is going to make this pop as well. You can use different shades of green. One thing, I did actually study photography for a couple of years, or a few years, and one thing I always refer to is the colour wheel, and you can get some really detailed and really simple colour wheels. But the colours that are opposite each other on the colour wheel tend to complement each other really, really well, as do the ones sort of next to them. So when I looked at the colour wheel, green was definitely sort of mostly opposite the pinks and purples, and that's sort of why I thought, oh, green. And I hadn't thought of green. I was actually thinking, originally I was thinking pink, but then I thought maybe yellow, something like that. And you can see we're building up this dimension quite high. And again, this is why I really love those shadow boxes from Kmart, because there's lots of room in there. There's a good inch at least in there where you can build the height without. And we're almost there. We've still got 3 pieces to go, believe it or not. There's a bit to this one. There's a total of, as I said, 7 layers with the lion. And you can put more foam squares if you like. Everything that I've made so far with foam squares is still together. Certainly anything that I've still got in my house. So again, excuse my head, I'm just going to line this up over the eyes. The other thing that I should mention as well, I do cut my cardstock textured side down. So what I do with my designs typically is I mirror them or flip them in Design Space, so when they cut, they're cut back to front, and then I just turn all the pieces over so that the textured side's out. And the texture again was something like this, where it's an animal or a living thing. I don't know if you'll be able to see. I'll try and show you. But the texture just adds, to the authenticity or the realism. Is as much as a real lion, a pink lion made out of cardstock can be real. It does. I think work really well. And this is my little shimmer piece here, just to add a little bit of zhuzh. So I think for this one I'm going to have to go into my 1/4 inch, because this is getting a bit smaller now. Little 1/4 inch ones. Now if you have found coloured foam squares, let me know. In the US you can actually buy them in different colours, which would be amazing. Even black would be great. I did find them I think on eBay once, but they were so expensive. God, they were crazy expensive. But it would be great to use colour, because of course you want to make sure nothing's peeking out, you can't see those squares. And white of course is going to typically stick out like a sore thumb. Dud one there. So yeah, if you find the coloured ones anywhere, please let me know, because I know they're all over America, like everything. Dud one there. Okay, I'm happy with that. I'm going to go with that one. So I'll just now remove the little protective strips. And I just love the dimension. More dimension the better. The higher up I can get it. Thinking about that kind of 60s, 70s beehive. The higher I can get it, the better. What's everyone else making? I know Zelia, again, hope I'm getting that right, is making a baby mobile, or one of these designs as well, which is awesome. Okay, so you're asking, so let me just explain that to you about cutting. Okay, so let me just get this on, and then I will answer that question for you. Okay, so cardstock, typically, particularly AC, and again it's probably going to be really hard for you to see, but there's a textured side and there's a smooth side. Actually this one, yeah, this is AC, and there's a smooth side. So personally, this is what I do. I find I get a cleaner cut when I cut it with the textured side against the mat, not textured side up. But sometimes I want that texture, okay? I want that, and I'll show you, like on this card, you can see on the white, hopefully you can see the texture. Now the texture just makes a difference compared to if it was really smooth, super smooth. The texture I just think adds more interest. And you could even go like, for example, you could make the main face textured and the teeth you could do smooth if you wanted to. But I just find the texture just gives more interest. So I cut it upside down, and then when I take it off the mat, of course I just flip it right way up. Does that help? Does that answer your question? And then we've got our last piece here, which is quite dainty. So I'm just going to pop these on now. Again, because this is not really going to be, this isn't going to be manhandled because it's going to be inside the frame, I'm not too bothered about having too many supports here with the foam squares around kind of this top area. I just want to have it enough, I think that'll do actually, so that I can just prop it up off the face. And then I'll hold it up, you can see the actual dimension. Again, apologies for my head. These colours are very similar. Make sure we got it the right way around. Okay, so I think that is it. Okay, and there is my design, my lion, and you can see the dimension there. Or I'll try and hold it. You can see how it's probably easy to see. Isn't that cool? That's a better one. So that is my mandala. Now, what I should have done, as I realise now, is I probably should have potentially applied this to my the base of the frame first, and then lay it up on top of that. But that's okay. It's not the end of the world, so I'll just move this out of the way, and we'll pop it into the frame. I'll just have a look and see anyone's got any questions that I've missed, and then we'll pop it into a frame. Suzette, you're having a flat spot when using foil transfer. If you want to, if you contact me through ScissorsPaperPaul on Facebook, maybe with some photos, and then I'm happy to help you. It's probably a little bit hard for me to not to diagnose that without seeing it. Diane, you're making Australia map with vinyl. Is it really intricate, or is it nice and simple? Oh, okay, now we're getting some fun. So Sarah, you're doing some faux stained glass piece. Oh, using transparent vinyl. That sounds amazing. I love it. I love it when people do different things. So Karen, thank you. Nat's birthday is on Tuesday. Thank you for letting me know. Hi, Sammy. Let me just make sure I'll see if there's in the queue. Mousepad answered that. Awesome. Okay, let's put this sucker into a frame. Thank you. Everyone's loving it. Megan, you're loving the purple pop as well. Yeah, I thought so. I thought they'd just give it a little bit of pizzazz. So these frames, super easy. The one thing that I won't do on camera is normally I would give them a clean once I've taken it out, because they can be a bit dusty and then when you first open them. But just like any other frame, they've got these little metal pieces that we just lift up. Okay, and then we'll just remove the backing. Now the glass does come out of these as well, so just be mindful of that. So the backing board, there's a protective cardboard layer with the advertising or the brand on it. And then there's also the spacer in here as well to stop, obviously, the backing falling all the way through. So you could take that out if you wanted to, something like this. And that is, it gives you a bit of wiggle room, okay, because it's wet, and so things can tend to slide around. So I try and attach, I use this Kikoyu. This is from Officeworks. I've talked about this until the cows come home. This is a fabulous tape runner. Really can be a little bit tricky to get at Officeworks, but again, I do click and collect and I'll order like 5, and then they just round them up from all around Australia. It costs me nothing, and I just go onto one Officeworks and pick them up, and you can get refills for them as well. But what's great about it is if you put down your glue and you make a mistake, you can just rub it with your finger, and because it's these tiny little dots of glue, it just comes completely off. So good when you're making cards and things like that. So I'm just going to put down lots of rows of glue, tape runner, and then I'm going to attach my mandala design. So again, making sure I've got this up the right way. Yes. My glue's on there. Then I will pop in my, again, excuse my fat head, as square as I can on there. So this is perfect size for your 12 by 12 cardstock. So just pressing it down. Alright, and then we'll pop that into our frame. The other thing that's good about the cutting mats too, something that I do is I'll take the glass out, lay it on the cutting mat, and then I can line up my vinyl design if I'm putting vinyl on the outside. Alright, so then pop this in gently. And then I'll just close a couple of these so I can show you what it looks like. To the main cam. So there it is from there. Alright. And then I'll show you from up above as well. And there it is. My mandala design. Which I can now potentially put some vinyl on decals. I don't know. What do you think? Should I do the vinyl decal? But just imagine that on the wall. How cute is that going to be? So there we go. That is our mandala project for today, which is awesome. I hope you got something out of that. Hope you learned something. If you think of anything else, you can add it in the comments and I will get back to you. If you're not, let me just go here quickly. If you're not following Nat and I on Facebook and also Instagram, make sure you do. So I'm ScissorsPaperPaul and Nat is Nat's Crafty Life. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please give me a subscribe, and then you're going to make sure you get all the other content. I will be live, as I mentioned, I think on Thursday at 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time, doing this card. Showing you how to make those, again, with any design. It doesn't have to be the DC Comics. That's just what resonated for me. Bernie's got another tip. Only other tip from me with cardstock, if you are cutting the same color for different parts of a whole, if you cut one piece texture side up or down, continue with the same, otherwise it shows up. Yeah. So good tip, thank you Bernie, really good. Keep that consistency. Maxine is loving it. Oh, I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Thanks everyone for watching. Diane saying yes, it's intricate. Awesome. Wonderful. All right, guys. Well, look, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for joining me today. As I say, I hope you got something out of it. Every Sunday at 11 a.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time now, I'll be here. We'll be doing something fun. So look out for that as well. I also share all my files from the projects that I make on ScissorsPaperPaul on Facebook. So jump over there and make sure you give that a like as well. All right, well, have a wonderful Sunday. Have a wonderful week next week, and I'll see you Thursday, if not before. Take care, everyone. Bye.